tests her boyfriend's loyalty, locked herself in a secret room and pretended to disappear. When the boyfriend just came home, he finds the note she left behind. The man was at a loss for words. He kept looking for his girlfriend in the house, and called her phone number, but no one answered. Seeing her boyfriend's anxious look, Xiaomei is very relieved that her boyfriend still cared about her, but the next moment, Xiaomei was a little frightened. She felt that if she continued to play like this, it is a bit too much. She was ready to take the key out of the secret room, to give her boyfriend a surprise, but the key could not be found. Then she suddenly thought she was in a hurry. She left the only key outside, so Xiaomei frantically tapped on the door, but the sound insulation of the chamber was too good. The outside could not hear a single sound, and this secret room, only she and the landlord knew about it, but the landlord had immigrated not long ago. If no one found her, she would have starved to death in the secret room. Xiaomei took out her cell phone to call, but there was no signal at all. She tried using other keys to unlock the door. She even picked up a chair and smashed it against the glass, but nothing worked. Xiaomei was completely devastated. She sat on the floor and blamed herself. At night her boyfriend came home. The two of them are obviously close to each other, but they couldn't communicate. Looking at her grief-stricken boyfriend, Xiaomei kept saying sorry. The next day, her boyfriend came to the police station to report the case, but for this case of disappearance, the police also have no clue. They could only let him go home first and wait. Meanwhile, Xiaomei started to build walls day after day. When she was hungry, she ate moldy canned food. When thirsty, drink spoiled raw water. After a few days, her boyfriend sat by the bed, looking at Xiaomei's photo. He lifted his head and said disdainfully, "Good luck." Xiaomei, instantly angry, only missing a few days, just give up the search. Watching her boyfriend walk into the bathroom, Xiaomei was so angry that she kept banging the steel pipe. The water in the basin was rippling. Xiaomei seemed to see the hope, but her boyfriend didn't notice, turned around and left the bathroom. Test Min casually, "Maybe you'll get yourself killed." Xiaomei is trapped in the secret room, day after day to build a wall, only to chisel out a steel bar. She was completely devastated. As time passed by, the man thought his girlfriend really left him. At night, he goes to the tavern alone, but he accidentally meets Lisa, the waitress. The man returns home with his new love, unaware that his girlfriend is watching everything. Watching the two of them keep showing their love, Xiaomei could only bang on the glass as hard as she could, but the outside cannot hear. The next morning, Lisa came into the bathroom. She wanted to brush her teeth with Xiaomei's toothbrush. Xiaomei instantly lost her composure. She cursed at the water basin. Lisa seemed to hear a sound, quickly lying on the basin to check the movement. Xiaomei saw this, hurriedly again into the water basin and shouted for help, but Lisa didn't think so. She brushed her teeth. At that moment, Xiaomei suddenly found the valve here actually can adjust the temperature of the bathroom water, so she took advantage of Lisa's shower, deliberately set the water temperature to 200 degrees. The other party screamed and shouted. Xiaomei tapped the pipe again, ripples in the water basin, trying to get Lisa's attention in this way, but Lisa felt very strange, thought there was something unclean in the house. She quickly told her boyfriend about it, but her boyfriend didn't care. He thought Lisa was overthinking things. The next day, Lisa found the key to the secret room in her bedroom. Xiaomei was so excited to see it. She thought she had hope in front of her, but Lisa took it for a necklace around her neck. What could be more desperate than that? The next day, Lisa went for a walk outside, throwing her finished apple into the pool. Watching the ripples on the water, suddenly something occurred to her. She rushed to the bathroom, filled the water basin with water. She wanted to test whether there was someone behind the mirror. Is there really someone behind the mirror? So she made the water ripple. May banged the steel pipe as hard as she could. Lisa said to stop. May also stopped banging. The ripples on the surface of the water also disappeared. Now Lisa proved more her own suspicions. There must be someone behind the mirror. At that moment, the family dog suddenly looked at the mirror with a wild voice. Lisa instantly realized this must be the door to the secret room, so she started looking for the mechanism. Finally, she found the lock hole inside the bookshelf. She took the key off her neck. She was about to insert it, but then she suddenly stopped. She got up and said sorry to the mirror. Then she drained the water from the basin. Her boyfriend was just coming home from work. To test her boyfriend, deliberately hid in the secret room, but left the key to open the door in the bedroom. At this time she has been trapped in the secret room for 15 days. She could only watch in silence. Her boyfriend and others show love. She could not stop herself. Lisa also found the lock hole of the secret room. She was about to open the door, but she stopped. She looked in the mirror and said sorry. At that moment, May regretted it too much. She had seen her boyfriend once and for all, but she never gave up the desire to live, only if she got out alive, to solve everything that happened. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Lisa had moved her things in. She was planning to stay here for a long time, and deliberately covered up the lock hole with clothing so that no one would find out. As she was leaving, she subconsciously glanced at the mirror, the determined look in her eyes, as if declaring war on Xiao Mei. In the evening, she went to the bathroom again, filled the basin with water, expecting the water to ripple, but this time there was no response. She began to panic, but she didn't do anything about it. The next morning, a policeman came to the house, handed her a letter. She opened the envelope and saw, inside was a picture of her boyfriend. He had been fooling around. It turned out that her boyfriend was a scum. He did such a wrong thing to her. She couldn't stand it anymore. She decided to rescue Xiao Mei from the secret room. Then she took out the key and opened the door. Inside the room was already a mess. Mei was lying weakly on the bed. As she leaned down to check the situation, Mei suddenly opened her eyes. She grabbed her with one hand. She knocked her out. Then she ran out, locked the door of the secret room again. Xiao Mei took one last look at the photo of her boyfriend, and left this sad place. When her boyfriend came home from work, found the photo on the mirror, and a key on the bed. Maybe he will never discover. He may never discover the secret room behind the mirror. A helpless Lisa. How can she save herself? This is the end of the film. The film leaves people with an open ending. No one knows whether Lisa will die or not. In this film, everyone has a dark side. Everyone has a dark side. When Xiao Mei decided to test her boyfriend, she should be prepared. The film also tells us, never test a person's humanity.